Hi, this week's feature post on emerging ed tech is a guest post by writer Olivia Coleman, and Olivia and I collaborated a bit to create this post that focuses on some of the similarities and differences between the new releases of Blackboard and Moodle. Blackboard released version 9.1 a while back, and Moodle is just coming out with 2.0, and we take a quick peek at the both of them. So the first thing we get into in the post is the fundamental similarity and the fundamental difference between Moodle and Blackboard, that being that they are both learning management systems, but Moodle is an open source platform and Blackboard is not. As an open source platform, Moodle is free to download, change, share, improve, and customize in whatever way you wish, whereas Blackboard is what it is and you have to license it in order to use it. Alright, so next in the post we're going to take a look at Moodle 2.0. Now, Moodle's been around a long time. It's very popular. 2.0 is a big release for them, a big change from the 1 series, and they put a fair amount of new features into the application. Here I've popped over to the Moodle.org news section where we see this exciting announcement that they've reached over 1 million registered users. And this site, Moodle.org, is now using the Moodle 2.0 features and releases. So they've migrated the site itself to Moodle 2.0. And the upgrade is scheduled to come out any day now. Here on the Moodle.org Moodle 2.0 release notes page, we see a lot of information about what's going on with major new features and improvements and so on within the Moodle site. Community hubs, repository support, portfolio support. It's really, as you can see as I scroll through here, a pretty extensive list, and if you click through the link, which you'll find on the blog post, you'll be able to look at these many enhancements more closely. Before going on and directing you towards some resources to learn more about Blackboard 9.1, I do want to make a brief statement about Moodle as an open source platform. When I first learned that it was open source, that made me rather nervous because typically open source means you've really got to support it yourself with the leveraging the open source community, which can be a very valuable resource. But an important thing about Moodle is it's so popular and so widely used that a small industry has evolved around it to lend support and services. And in the post I do cite 2 of the most popular and largest vendors that do that, and that is Moodle Rooms and Remote Learner. Alright, so moving on to Blackboard 9.1. Blackboard 9.1 came out quite a while back. It may even have been late last year. And it is, I should really refer to it as Blackboard Learn 9.1. Blackboard has many products. Blackboard Learn is really the heart of their LMS. And they've made a bunch of improvements. And they've had course wikis and blogs and journals. A whole set of functionality that they have, and much like with Moodle, I'm not out here to provide an in-depth review of each feature and each function and an in-depth comparison, but rather to make you aware of some of the changes and to point you to resources where you can learn more about those. And within the blog post itself here, I have provided a link that will take you out to this site. So on this page that focuses on what's new in Blackboard Learn Release 9.1, they provide various resources to learn more about it, and they're broken down. This page is kind of broken out into a focus on higher ed, K-12, and professional education organizations, because they do try and serve all those organizations. So hopefully the resources here will help you learn more about what's new and what's going on with Blackboard Learn Release 9.1. So in the final analysis, we're all interested in knowing what are the big things that differentiate these 2 products. What are the key differentiators? And I've broken it down into 3 areas. First, there's features and functions, and honestly, there's a lot of features and functions in both of these tools, and if features and functions are going to be what ultimately makes the difference to you, you really need to sink your teeth into it a lot deeper. I'm sorry, that was not really the intent with this particular post, but rather to provide you the resources you need to look at that. If that's going to be what ultimately makes a difference for your institution in terms of selecting between these products, you're going to have to follow those links out and really kind of study it up and think about what matters the most to your institution. Another key differentiator is cost. This is absolutely different. Moodle is just less expensive. It's really that simple. Because it's open source, you don't have to pay for a license. You can choose to support it yourself, which can mean a big investment in terms of learning and knowledge within your institution so that you can support it internally, leveraging along the way the many resources available from the Moodle community. Or you can choose to go with a services and support provider, which is going to cost you. But it's a big difference from what it costs for Blackboard. Blackboard, in a way, is kind of the Rolls-Royce of today's LMSs. Tremendous features and functionality, good support from a company, and on top of that, Blackboard is consistently adding new features and functionality. A lot of readers are probably aware that Blackboard has consistently been out there looking at other companies, buying other companies, acquiring, and in an acquisition mode. And with that in mind, they do tend to have consistent increases built into their pricing, even if you go for a multi-year contract, with the intent that they are consistently adding value and bringing value to their users. So the cost piece is clearly different, and the product and vendor model is also different as well. Moodle and Blackboard are very different products with very different support models, and it's another thing that's important to pay attention to and think about what's right for your organization. Is Moodle's open source, multi-vendor kind of model what you're looking for, or Blackboard's focused proprietary model what you think works for you? And that'll wrap it up for this post. Thank you so much. I hope you will subscribe to the channel here if you haven't already, or to the blog, and we hope we see you again real soon.